Yeah. Thank you very much. Well, welcome to this meeting of the Development Management Review Committee. And item 1, apologies.
No apologies, convener.
Any declarations of interest? No interest. Minutes of the last meeting, is that agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed. Right, item 4, 74 Market Gate, Arbroath. This is an application for the review of the decision taken by the Planning Authority in respect of the refusal of planning permission for the change of use to hot food takeaway and erection of external extraction equipment, retrospective, at 74 Market Gate, Arbroath. Is the applicant or agent present?
Not today, convener.
Right. Do members have sufficient information to determine this review? Any comments? You got sufficient information?
Yeah.
If no information required, we can produce to determine the outcome of this. Since it's in Arbroath, can I start with Councillor King?
Yes, convener. I'm quite familiar with the front of this shop. I mean, it's one of the regular thoroughfares that I use, and quite often I park outside that area. I did have an attempt to have a look around the back, but I couldn't get through the pen. There's a locked door at the far end, so I'm not too much aware of what's lying behind it. But it does breach the DS4, policy DS4, in terms that it is a hot food takeaway sited under residential buildings, which the applicant does not control. And there have been several occasions in the past where we've refused permission for these types of premises where the applicant doesn't control the premises above. There are complaints about the flue. There are complaints from the 2 upstairs neighbours and the owner. And I think the officers have got this one absolutely right.
Thank you very much. Councillor Moore is the other Arbroath councillor.
I totally concur with Councillor King. I think the officers got this spot on, and if this was to be allowed, we would be inviting a lot of trouble for the area, because we would then get more applications coming further and further out into the residential area.
Thank you very much. Councillor Duff, can I get your comments, please?
Yeah, I must have. I know this area quite well. I guess I had 2 thoughts. Firstly, this is actually, I mean, whether this is in the central, whatever we call it, the central business district of Arbroath or not, it is a stone throw away from what I think are the 2 remaining banks in Arbroath, the Royal Bank and Bank of Scotland. There's a pub round the corner. And then if you walk from this site of the applicant towards the harbour, you pass at least one fish smoking premises and at least, well, there's one fish and chip shop. And then on the harbour, which again, you know, the road that goes beside the harbour, which I guess is mostly residential, there is a bed and breakfast. There is another fish and chip shop. So I'm not totally clear. We haven't got a clear red line where we say these types of businesses are outlawed. They seem to sort of straggle through that area. I take the point about the houses above. Whether, again, there's a debate as how much smell comes from a pizza oven. I would have thought not a lot, but I'm not an expert on making pizzas, but I wouldn't have thought there'd be a lot of smell. I mean, I'm not particularly, you know, I read the comments from Environmental Health. They clearly feel there is an issue, and the applicant hasn't satisfied the council that the risk assessment is sufficiently rigorous. So I guess on that basis, I'm prepared to go along with Councillor King and Councillor Moore, but I kind of felt for me this one was quite close to the tipping point.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Councillor McLaren.
Yes, I agree with Councillors King, Moore and Duff on this one. The Environmental Health have concerns, and I feel it's just in the wrong place, and it's contrary to policy DS4. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor King, you're on mute.
I've got somebody chipping wood outside, cutting down trees across the road from me, and there's a lot of noise. I agree with a lot of what Councillor Duff says in the terms of the location of other businesses at the harbour, but all of these businesses have been there in existence for quite a number of years and all predate the policy. So, I mean, it's a situation that, yes, there is this anomaly down in the harbour area, but, I mean, Peppo's, for example, has been there for years, and so have the fish smoking businesses, and the bed and breakfast has been there for years as well. So, I mean, they all predate the policy. So we've got to accept that they are historic situations, but this policy was introduced to ensure that there was no further nuisance to tenants in property above commercial premises. Because I had a lot of problems when I was early in the council with tenants above the pub at the corner that used to be at the corner further down the road, where they were having loud music in the lounge, and the poor people upstairs were being been forced out their house basically at the weekends. But no, the policy for the other ones is after they were installed. So I'll still go along with the situation of supporting the officers.
Thank you very much, Councillor King. I have to agree with the councillors. I agree that the environmental health have great concerns about it, about the noise and the odour, and I don't think this should be passed at this time. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
So this application has been refused. Is that okay, Sarah?
Yes, convener, just to confirm that the application for review has been dismissed.
Yes, we agree with the officers.
Thank you.
So that will be the end of the meeting, and have a nice Christmas and a sober new year to you all. Thank you very much.